Hi, welcome back to Take Your Time, where I can't really think of anything funny or interesting to say right here, other than the fact that my name is Jacob.
And I'm Grace.
Yeah! Best intro ever. Okay, we're gonna talk about fate right now.
Heck yes.
Yeah, which is something Grace seems very excited about.
Freaking excited.
Yeah, me on the other hand, she'll probably do most of the talking. I won't say that much, because, you know...
Right.
I mean, fate's a pretty confusing thing. I guess if some of you guys are confused, the sort of way I define it, and I'm sure Grace will laugh at me for this, is I defined it as, like, the path in which your life will follow, and, like, it's, like, a set path, and, like, you can't really change it. Does that sound correct?
Yeah, that sounds good. That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's taking psychology, and as you can tell, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm smart.
Yeah, she is super smart.
No.
No,
I just spent too much time thinking about these things.
Yeah, she's not school smart, but she's people smart, I guess.
Yeah.
Because she knows how to give advice, and she knows what to say to people, and she knows how to help people out.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, I believe that concepts surrounding fate exist, but I don't believe that everything happens for a reason. I feel like some shit is just completely unnecessary.
Like what?
Let's see. Like, you know, somebody, like, hurting you or something. I feel like,
Right.
like, somebody intentionally, like, gaslighting you or something. Like, I feel like that didn't have to happen for a reason. And even if you do grow from it, like, as a person, it's still like, hey, dude, like, what the hell? Like, you're a horrible person.
You're about to say that word, I can tell.
yeah, I was, and I was like, let's keep it.
Yeah, let's try to make my dad proud.
Yeah. Okay. But I do think that you encounter certain individuals or experience certain things that make you into the person you are, and, you know, make you into the person who's evolving as time goes on. And, like, maybe they're things that you were meant, I'd put meant in quotation marks, but meant to experience in your life.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I wrote down in my notebook, every time you meet someone new, your fate changes, which is like a line from a song. You know, that is pretty true, because oh, what was that?
I don't know. Somebody dying.
I just heard a beep. Someone's trying to break into your house.
Great.
Anyway, what was that? I lost my trail of thought. But, like, yeah, I mean, like, if you don't meet certain people, then, like, your life will... I mean, like, if I didn't meet Grace, I wouldn't be doing what we're doing right now, you know, and, like, I wouldn't have met, you know, a really cool person that's, you know, cool.
Oh, cool.
It's stuff, yeah. Yeah, you know, like, if you don't meet certain people, then, like, not only are you gonna be down or one less friend, but, like, the things, like, the memories you have with those people are just gonna never happen, and that's, you know, that will definitely mean that, like, your life will be different, you know?
Yeah, I try to think about it as, like, yeah, all the choices you make, they're gonna make some, like, parallel universe or something where you're gonna have made, like, another choice, but I tend to try not to confuse myself like this, and I do like to think that I have some, like, free will. Of course I have free will in my life, I can do anything I want.
Ooh, okay. Strong, independent
I could
woman.
do anything I want, okay?
Yeah. Watch out, Grace's parents.
But, I do think that, you know, this is the life I'm living. I'm making my own choices, of course, but this is the life that I'm going to lead. And so this is my path. And I'm for one, you know, quite happy with the people I have in my life right now. And,
as am I.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that I don't really want to think about what could have happened or should have happened if I had, you know, done this or done that, because I'm just happy at the place I am right now. And of course that means that you're going to lose people and gain people over the years, but I think that's I don't even know if that's fate, that's just a part of life, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure I said this in one of the previous episodes, but, like, I mean, once I graduate, I'm not gonna talk to, like, half the people I met in high school, or more than half, depending, just depending, and, you know, I think that's just, like, both a part of life and just, like, both like sort of like it's sort of bound to happen, because, you know, we're not gonna be in the same building for, like, the next 4 years again.
Yeah.
Most of the time, unless you're, like, one of the 10 people that go to Western and you're from Roosevelt every single year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, most of the time, you know, you won't be in the same building as people 5 times a day anymore once you graduate high school. So then you just never talk to them. And then, you know, you could at that point you can sort of like pick and choose who you want to like stay connected with. Like, you know, I'm gonna stay friends with Grace even when I graduate, and probably after she graduates, and like probably beyond that too, if, you know, Trump doesn't kill us. But like that's besides the point.
Christ, yeah.
That's besides the point.
Yeah.
Like if you know, if he gets us killed, I do not think that was our fate. I think I think
he's just a dumbass.
Yeah. But as I said in that bonus video, we're gonna talk about that some other time, because oh boy, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Especially now, which is the week of like August 19th. So, you know, lots of stuff is happening. Anyway, before we get way off track again.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, it's interesting for me because right now it would actually make me really sad to lose a lot of people I have in my life right now.
Oh yeah, me too.
And I know that of course like that's gonna happen. It's gonna be sad, but I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I mean, I'm like, of course, I'm happy to get out of high school because, you know, I mean, who isn't? I mean, high school kind of sucks a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, I'm sure for Grace it sucks a lot.
It sucks a lot.
See?
It sucks, yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, of course I'm like glad to graduate, but at the same time, it's gonna kind of suck because, you know, I'll have to really go out of my way to see people like my real friends again. Like, I guess I could always visit you.
Yeah.
If I wanted to, or you could visit me wherever I am, because, you know, as I told you, where I'm going, my college situation. Yeah. It'll definitely mean that I'll be able to like say hi to you specifically, but as for like the hundreds of other people I met in high school, I'll probably only talk to them again if I choose to, because, you know, I don't have to talk to them about like group projects or like academics or like band or anything. So, you know, it's really all up to me, I guess.
Yeah. And I feel as though, you know, high school is where you start really thinking about stuff like this, like stuff like, you know, what the hell am I doing with my life?
Oh, yeah.
And of course you're always thinking about that in your life, but I think it's really prevalent in high school because once you graduate, you're just like, well, I guess I'm going to college.
Yeah, I guess
cool. Or like, you know, getting a job or, you know, doing whatever you want, but it takes a lot to think about it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff to do that isn't school.
Yeah, and I feel as though it's interesting for me because, like, with regrets and everything, I think that kind of goes a lot into fate, because for me, I've always regretted the things that I haven't done, not really the things I have done, because with things you have done, really? Because, sometimes,
but like, even though you know, I'm sure it happened for a reason. Like, as is fate, but, you know, like, that doesn't necessarily mean I like particular events that I've done.
Yeah, I get that. It's just like, for me, once I've done something, it's like, well, that happened, and now, you know, maybe I messed up this situation, maybe I need to get myself out of this, maybe I need to get myself, like, untangled, but it happened, and I'm just gonna make it out of it.
Yeah. And sometimes when I think about those events, I always think, was there like really no way I could like prevent this from happening? If it really is fate, does that really mean that I couldn't prevent this from happening? You know, I guess so. I guess I sort of see myself either thinking there definitely was a way I could change this, or no, it was just bound to happen anyway. As I say, it's like 500 times every single day. It just depends.
Yeah, it does depend. I think that fate is very individual because everybody's beliefs are individual. A lot of people, you know, they're religious and they believe that, you know, their God has a plan for them, and, you know, that works for them.
Yeah,
and that's good for them.
Yeah, good.
And some people, you know, they just believe that they have complete free will and that their path is what they choose, what they make out of their life.
Oh, yeah.
And that works for them too. And I think that right now, in our age group, a lot of people are deciding, you know, what they need out of that, what they want to believe in order to, like, make them feel good about the choices they're making in their lives. But I don't think that any of it is, you know, none of it is solid. All of those beliefs are very fluid. And I think that fate itself is very fluid as well, because of course it's changing every day, every choice you make.
Yeah. I think your favorite word is individual, because I feel like every single episode you're just like, it's all very individual. And I feel like you say that every single time.
It's great.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm sure you really love that I'm a complete racist when I'm impersonating you.
Racist?
I mean, I'm doing a really bad British accent. I would say that's
nah.
kind of racist. Like, anyway, I completely lost my train of thought making a dumb joke.
No, that's not racism. That's,
stereotyping, I guess.
T-ism.
T-ism, yeah, exactly. Oh, what was that?
It's a garbage can.
Oh.
No.
Sounded like something bounced up against the window or something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I mean, I guess like sort of fortune telling is like another thing that plays into fate and whether or not you believe in it. Which I've never got my fortune told to me, and maybe that's why I'm sort of like, I don't know what my fate is, and I'm confused.
Yeah, I love.
Have you?
Well, I do Lenormand card readings, so they're kind of like tarot cards. I first got into it because one of my best friends, Tessa Wineland.
Oh, you're finally name dropping her.
Freaking love her. Freaking love that girl. But she had these Lenormand cards, and she kind of told me some of my own, because there are these things called key cards, and they have to do with the heart, the home, education, stuff like that, and you ask a question surrounding it, and then the cards are dealt in a way to answer that question, or just to talk about your fate in terms of that key card. And so, it actually, of course, this is me reading into things, but this is because this is what I like about life, because, it's what makes things exciting for me. But some of the readings she did, they played out exactly how, they played out in real life exactly how they did in the cards.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And so I've been trying to teach myself Lenormand cards now, just with a normal deck of cards, but I definitely believe in that stuff. I definitely believe in prophetic dreams and stuff like that, and a lot of card readings. Of course, you gotta make your own decisions personally, but I think that if you want to look into that stuff, it's not a bad thing, I just do it for fun a lot of the time.
Oh, yeah,
Except side note, don't do Ouija boards for fun, because that's some bad juju.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
But Lenormand cards are pretty cool, so I recommend them.
You can just do them with a regular, any old deck of cards. That's kind of cool,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Whoa, I never heard of that. I only knew of tarot cards.
Yeah, I'll show you sometime.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something because I think I say I never got my fortune told, but somebody fucking did tarot card readings for me, and I cannot. I'm trying to find. Oh, I think I'm close to it. I'm trying to find because they said they were thinking of me or something. I guess that works too, and
yeah, that
in terms of
definitely
card reading.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Apparently, when she was dealing tarot cards and thinking of me, she drew the Empress, which I have no idea what that means. I have no. I don't know I don't even know what tarot cards are. I'm kind of a fail.
That's no. I mean,
and even though
yeah.
Then again, I only know 2 or 3-ish
Yeah.
people that are into that know everything about tarot
Yeah.
cards.
And I think it's really interesting because all of that is, some people think it's utter crap. My sister, she doesn't believe in things like that. She doesn't believe in the paranormal, and I love her, but that is a huge part of my life. Not a huge part of my life, but I'm
well, you are an evil witch after all, named Anna.
That's true. So how can I not believe in that
Yeah,
stuff?
my dad. I'm just my dad says yeah, bro. I know her real name's Anna because that's what you said. And I was just I started laughing and then that is her real name, right? But yeah, I mean, I never really touched in the Ouija board.
No, it's not a good idea. I don't think...
one of my friends told me that I think she did I think she moved and before she moved she did an Ouija board in her room, and then I guess one night she said that she swore she saw her dead grandmother stand over her bed or something.
Yeah.
And then they moved, so
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's coincidence, maybe it's fate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Maybe
Mm-hmm.
there are things we don't know, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah, and I feel that plays into fate a lot because, of course, you don't know what's going to happen next, but you're supposed to assume that it's just all part of fate.
Yeah,
it's all part of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably would feel less inclined to believe tarot cards, but then every time I look at my zodiac sign or something, or or my just regular sign, that I just think, wow, that's so accurate, except for a couple of things. you know, they're like pretty dead on, you know, like.
Oh yeah, I
So,
totally believe in that stuff. I mean, not like the Instagram memes necessarily, but
Yeah.
but like, you know,
Yeah.
like my gal Tessa, she's always doing, she always like looks up and searches for different like meanings in my zodiac sign and stuff. And like the other day I told her that hang on a sec, let me find it. But the other day I told her that I thought, so I'm an Aquarius, but I thought
and then
that,
are you about to say that you think yourself as a Gemini?
I think
she talked to me about that.
I think I'm a Gemini disguised as an Aquarius, and she said that so I have a Gemini in Jupiter and in my second house, which I don't know what that means, but but there's Gemini somewhere, you know.
Is this your second house that you lived in since you moved?
Yes.
Maybe is that what she means?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'll ask her. Ask Tessa. She's smart and beautiful and lovely.
I'm sure she's gonna be on here talking with us
totally
eventually.
Should be. Yeah, and we can talk about zodiac signs.
Yeah, and then I can be completely and utterly lost as to what you guys are saying, because I know next to squad except the fact that I'm Virgo, and that's the only thing I really know.
Yeah, but I think that, like, do you think that kind of plays into fate, like your star sign and everything?
I mean, yeah, because like zodiac signs are like based off like your birthday and whatnot, and you know, I would say that, like, you know, doctors predict your birthday and whatnot, but you know, I think, you know, it's sort of fate whether or not you're on time or late or early, because like for me, I was early because I'm pretty sure I was supposed to be in November instead of September.
Mm-hmm.
Which is next month. Bam, my birthday's next month. But yeah, like, I would say that, like, your sign is pretty much determined by fate.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when they, like, try to change, like, the zodiac sign to, like...
everybody was like, hell no.
Yeah, and, like, they try to change the dates, like...
No.
Yeah, no.
I would have been Capricorn. I'm not a Capricorn.
Yeah, no, like, you can't... Like, okay, I think that has nothing really to do with faith. I think that just has to do with people being stupid. Because,
Probably,
you know... Because I feel like... there might be some people out there, but I feel like just because the date switch, that doesn't automatically mean that, like, the person, you are gonna, like, switch personalities instantly to fit that zodiac. I mean, I'm sure there are some people that, like, see the new zodiac sign and think, okay, I gotta, like, fit into that, like, whole personality and stuff, but, you know.
No, that's just, like,
no one pays
that's going hard.
Yeah.
For your star sign.
Yeah. Also, that, like, new date thing, that was, like, last year, and, like, no one, everybody, I don't think anyone has talked about it, except right now. Like, they only talk about it to, like, be like, what the fuck was that all about? Like,
yeah.
I don't think anybody takes it too seriously.
Yeah.
At least I hope not. I mean, if you do, that's cool, but make sure you tell me what your old personality, what your old sign was, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that fits me better, probably.
Yeah. I think one of the, I was just thinking about this, but one of the biggest things for me about fate is that I don't think, you know, people think that other people are going to come to them because of fate and they're going to change them for the better, or for the worse. But I think for me, it's important to keep in mind that you can react in whatever way you want to react to somebody being in your life or not being in your life. The only person who has the power to change yourself for the better or the worse is yourself. You know? Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know if it was fate for me to meet Grace or not, but, you know, if I didn't start sending her weird pictures of her face when I was editing that film, I probably wouldn't be talking to her. I think I already said this already, but, like, you know, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have approached me in the slightest before I sent those pictures.
I'm really bad at talking to people, honestly, so I just wouldn't have talked to anybody.
That's why I'm really surprised you texted Zoe first.
Well, yeah, she told me she was, like, a little shy and everything, but I was like, no, you're so sweet.
You guys are both so freaking shy. I'm like, you two just need to meet. You guys are so, like, perfect for each other. You guys are, like, the exact same person.
Yeah? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, shouts to Zoe.
Yeah.
She's cool. She definitely is gonna be on here with us eventually.
So exciting.
Hopefully soon. Yeah. And then, like, I even, like, because I was telling Grace about, like, how I had, like, her in mind for, like, the show, and then, like, I sent her one of her Instagram pics, and Grace was like, oh my god, she's so freaking pretty. I'm like, yeah, I know, right? And then, like, I sent Zoe a picture of Grace, and she was like, oh my god, she's so freaking. I'm like, and then she was like, I really want to meet her. OMG, I'm just like, bam. And then I just, like, gave her Grace's number, and then I gave Grace, Zoe's number, and then I was like, hey, did you talk to Grace? And they're like, no, I'm really bad at time. I was like, come on, you guys.
Like, bam, bait.
Yeah, and then this morning, Grace was finally like, yeah, and then she texted Zoe. Yeah. So I think that definitely changed your fate.
Yeah, probably, honestly, because sometimes you just gotta be like, well, I'm gonna make my own decision.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. So.
Yeah. Also, it would make it more natural when she's on the show because you already know her.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the main reason I did it, because I'm just like, it's easier if they know each other.
Okay, so I got a question.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's not really any advice you can give.
No, not really. It's like just
believe it.
Yeah, like believe what you want to believe.
What were the questions?
It was I met someone a little while ago and we need a connection. It seems like it isn't the right time for us because we're both becoming busy and more distant now. Should I pursue being friends with them or like more than friends with them? You know, is it meant to be? Okay, so meant to be. I feel like that's a big thing.
That's a big.
I feel like it's a bit of a fad, I guess. Like, oh, this is like meant to be, like we were meant to be. And of course, you know, if you wanna believe in that, then believe in that. But I think that it's often like, oh, like I missed my chance with this person. I'm never gonna like be able to meet someone as amazing as them. I'm never gonna have such a deep connection. And you know, everybody has different connections. I don't think you could have the same one twice.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say that. You know?
Yeah. And
that's true in the way that you'll never meet someone the exact same as that person because, you know, everyone's different.
Yeah. And I think that for this person in particular, I think you should only pursue it if you don't feel, you know, exhausted by it, if you feel as though it's something worth pursuing for you. And of course, like, you know, it's not good to label somebody with their worth on how much you want to, like, not be busy for them. But I think that, you know, it's all very individual.
Hey.
But yeah, and I think that if I was in your shoes, I would just kind of let them do their thing. I would step back from it, and if I really felt in myself like, oh, I just feel like, you know, there's something missing, like, of course I want to be friends with this person, of course I want to pursue this friendship, then I would go for it. But I think just by stepping back and, you know, thinking to yourself, like, you know, should I just let them kind of grow distant from me? Should I just kind of like try to be friends with them from afar? I think that that's okay too. And it's always hard kind of like losing somebody like that. Like, I definitely know from experience. But
Me too.
It happens, and you know, you'll be able to, you know, heal yourself if you're hurting from the way you lost somebody. But I think that in the early stages of connection, then just go for it. Like, why not? Like for me, but not for Jacob, so he'll probably have a different answer for this. But you might regret the things that you don't do, so why not go for it?
Yeah. I mean, even though I said, I think, was it in this episode or last episode?
I don't know.
We're really good at this. This is what happens when you record multiple episodes in one sitting. They all blend together.
Yeah.
But at one point I said in one of these that, like, sometimes I regret what I do, but, you know, obviously there are some things that I wish I had done. Like, you know, I think definitely if I never talked to you, I would definitely be like, I should have like got to know her. You know, like, as I always say, it just depends.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, and, you know, like, or you can, I think the phrase it wasn't meant to be is, like, more appropriate than meant to be, because, you know, like, if you two, like, if a friendship, like, it, like, goes downhill, then it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. If a relationship breaks up, it wasn't meant to be. Like, you know, you can't always, like, meant to be just sort of is, like, I feel like is just basically just implies, like, marriage or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Whereas with it wasn't meant to be, it just implies that, like, it just wasn't meant to work out. Like, you two, like, it just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be.
Means exactly what it says.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really, you seem to cover that question pretty nicely, and you know who that person is, so I think you give advice the best.
I hope so.
Yeah. The only thing I would really say is like, the only thing I would say is that it depends. Like, I don't know, if you really miss that person, then like absolutely go for it, because like, like we were just talking about Zoe. I just started talking to her this summer, and that was like the first time I talked to her in like, God knows how many years, because I don't know, we just became really distant. And then finally I'm just like, I can't take this anymore. I just really, I miss her. And then I just started messaging her, and there you go. We're friends again.
Yeah.
Real good friends. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. Let's leave it. Is that the only question you got?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. I suddenly paused the recording because of things.
Sorry, I had to leave because my sister was asking why I put why I left the cat with the door open in her room, and so why she was roaming around the house. Anyways, okay, yeah.
But what were we even talking about? We were talking about fate. Oh yeah, I was gonna say the question. Alright, the would you rather question I came up with, would you rather, like, always know your fate? Like, basically, would you want to know, like, the exact way your life is gonna go out, like, from your birth to your death? Or, like, be able to change your fate? So, basically, would you rather know what's gonna happen to you, or be like the girl from Life and change your fate?
I wouldn't want to know what's gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
But I also wouldn't want to be able to... I think, in this situation, I would want to be able to change my fate.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because I don't want to know how I die. That's good.
No, because isn't there a movie about that with Jim Carrey? It's called, like, Wait, is it 3?
I don't know.
But it's, like, about how he finds this book, and it talks about his life, and then he reaches the end, and it's like that. So, yeah, I wouldn't want to know my fate.
That's absolutely right. Because then, like, once you get there, you're like, well, Peroni, me, dude.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything about it because, it's fate. But, like, if you change your fate, then maybe you can live longer. And, which maybe you're... Oh, excuse me. Living longer might be bad for some people, but, I think living longer is better than knowing exactly the time and day in which you're going to die.
Yeah.
Because that's really scary, and I don't want to think about that.
I mean, it would be nice to kind of get some sort of little sign, like, hey, like, you're gonna be okay, like, keep on, like, getting through it. If you're, like, going through something really bad, it would be nice to have a little, like, hey, like, something good is gonna happen soon. But I feel as though that's just, that's faith. And I feel like we can have faith.
Yeah, I think bad things, like, if you're in a bad situation, I feel like if you just stick with yourself, I think it'll always get better. Like, it may not be immediate, it may take a couple of years, but, like, things definitely will get better. And, you don't really need to know fate to know that.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, oh boy, we're almost out of time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much all we have to say about fate. So, goodbye, and remember to take your time.